Welcome back everybody, back to another dev blog. I'm here on my Bitcube's LAN server showcasing the new 4.2 version of the MCG Park Manager plugin. I'm showcasing a lot of changes that I made and a lot of fixes. I just got a report from different players that the edit mode was broken, so I'm gonna show you how the new edit mode works, fixed and working. So that's something I want to show you guys, as well as that I made a change in the thirst system. The thirst system is a new system that I have rewritten to be lag free. So I improved the performance of the plugin massively because the timer that's running on the background that normally handles your thirst is now load async. That means that there is no more configuration loading and writing during that timer instead of continuously. Normally it would load up the configuration every 6 to 10 seconds, which is a bit too much, if you ask me. Because if somebody has a load of players on the server, it can cause a TPS drop or a lot of memory usage and CPU usage that's not needed anyways. So I integrated it into the plugin itself. So when a player joins, it loads up their information, and when they leave, they save the current information that is handy. So I changed a lot of code to make that work. The next thing that I'm going to show you guys is the new way that the thirst is shown. I will go out of game mode, and as you can see here, my XP bar is empty, but on top of my XP bar is an action bar, and now it's showcasing my thirst status. As you can see here, the thirst status is purple with green. This means that I have drunk more than my body needs. So as you can see, green is very good. But as soon as you have purple, you drink more than needed. If we wait a few moments, then you can see that the bar is lowering per tick automatically. As you can see, just happened that the XP bar is lowering, at least the XP bar, the action bar is lowering as we use the thirst. Because I'm a VIP automatically as park owner, I will lose it less fast than normal players, but I have drunk enough to be playing a long time before I need to drink again. So let me give myself and am I de-upped again? Why don't I have... Okay then. And I'm terrible at writing. There we go. A water bottle. I keep getting messed up. Anyways, as you can see, my bar is lowering and it's not drastically too much anymore. So the color changes to blue, as you can see here. The color will change depending on how full the bar is. So yeah, I will go and show you guys the rest of the park, and we'll show you what happens when my thirst gets lower and lower. You can take a look at that because the bar always stays in your screen, but it's not annoying at all. As you can see also, there is next to my thing is a text that says fantastic. That means the status of my first, to be exactly. Why is nudge there? Anyways, let's go to one of my stations that I still need to program in, my train station. And let's add the station to the system. So I'm gonna walk towards there, or let me feed myself so I can run. So, well, of course, I have a lot of bug fixes that I worked on this update. I'm gonna show you them up in a sec, because I made some changes to that one as well. The dim map was a big buggy state since the update to 1.12 because the map updates itself, as well as that Minecraft has also changed protocols. So what I found out is that it didn't get loaded on startup. Well, it did load it, but it didn't do anything because it did not load in time. Oh, I can see that some of my players are joining my TeamSpeak right now. Anyways, let's continue. Where did I leave the train station? Where did I leave the train station? Let's go to fly mode. I'm still survival. Let me see. There used to be a train here. Oh, there it is. I believe this is it. Yeah, here it is. As you can see here, I do need to make a notice here. As you could see, my drink bar was flickering. This is because the other plugin is also using the same action bar. So you can only use the action bar here if you enable drinks. Then we recommend not to use it for something else. Anyways, let's take a look. We can here see that the entrance is here. And the exits should be somewhere here too. But I can see here that there is no exit yet. So let me see. If I take this one, oh, that's the exit, and this is the entrance to that side. Okay. Well, sometimes my staff or players build something on this server. That's why it's a bit messy. So let me go to game mode for a quick moment. So as you might notice, as soon as you change game mode to something other than adventure mode or survival mode, the action bar information removes itself. Something you might like. So, I have changed this one, and now I need a barrier block because I'm gonna lock up this area. So nobody can enter it, and on this side I do the same. So if they move past this, they get pushed out here, but I still need to make sure they cannot enter this here. So let me see. They did a terrible job at making this here, I think, because normally this is not how it works. But I do had a question before, and that's how the chunk loading works for the trains. And I will show you that in a second. But first let's add the attraction like we normally would. But before I do that, I'm gonna change myself to Survivor again so I can show you guys the things. I'm giving myself a sign. Very handy, because I'm gonna show you how the sign system works too. So this is the third station that I have in my park, so I'm gonna rename it. Let me see, let's create a sign over here saying currently, and then the second row is empty because there it's gonna update the status. Welcome to station, what's gonna call this, end adventure. I'm terrible at writing. Let's call it like this. So this station is gonna be called End Adventure, and this is the normal gate. But I'm gonna change the exit to here in a few moments after I edit it, because the entrance gates may never be the same as the exit gates. Why? Because these two may not be touched by any redstone, because then it's gonna close up even when the attraction is open, so players cannot enter it anymore. So I do not recommend doing anything like this with pressure plates behind it, because that will break it later on. Anyways, you might find out that the turf bar is now light blue and green, and it's lowering still. So let's continue on. First, I'm gonna open my phone with /park. You do get an item in game. That's the smartphone itself. But I currently have already tested something out, and then it removes my hotbar. So there's one bug still remaining, and that's the edit mode replacing back your inventory. I'm still fixing that one, but it causes a lot of errors when I enable it, so I still need to find a way to fix that. First, the admin can only create attractions to the system, so I'm gonna click admin, and then I'm gonna click create. Now I'm gonna be asked to stand at the entrance of the attraction and type the name. So I'm gonna call it station and then lower, because you may not use spaces in names because that causes errors when you want to retrieve information. So never use a space, just use an underscore for it. And then I'm gonna call it end adventure. Um, this is okay, and when I press enter, it's saved and my inventory is changed, as you might notice. I got a load of new items. The first one is the attraction settings. If you place it, you can change the setting, and if you shift place it, you can change the setting that you are changing. So if I do right click on the ground, I get the new item again, and you can see here that it's changed name, standing. There are not more settings at the moment, but they will come soon enough. Now for the gate. We have two items for the gate: clear all gate and add gate to attraction. All you need to do is punch those in a creative mode, of course. So let me go to creative mode. Oh. You need to do it in creative mode. The reason for that is to prevent normal players from doing this. Anyways, just destroy the gates and it will be added. As well as the sign, just click on it and its sign is added. If you make a mistake and added the wrong gates, just simply place down this block and it will clear all the gates. And for the sign, you can just click another sign again and it overrides the first one. The park zone is the new feature where you can call different attractions to a park zone. It defaults to default, but if you want to have a certain theme in a certain area in your park, simply give it a name of that zone. The ticket check is something brand new that I have added because many people kept asking, how do I add a ticket checker? Well, I have it there. Simply right click the ground, but as you might notice, there's a hole between it. And this is also a security precaution, so that if you do not want to use this one, you can simply remove these two and you're done. And if you want to use it right away, just simply place a lapis block between the sign and the dispenser and it works. Anyways, when you shift click and right click, it will add a default basic gate. Of course, I recommend to put barriers above it so no players can jump over like I just did. But this is a basic gate. You can make it any gate you want. The instructions for that are also on the wiki. Because this dispenser will change everything in the 8 radius of redstone blocks to a sign and back to redstone blocks when this thing triggers by a ticket. So that's something to know. And then you have the manager spawn point. If there is no manager location in your attraction, simply go to the entrance, right click the ground, and as you can see, the management position is already set. So when you're done, just right click the ground with the save and exit, and it's done. It says inventory stored. It doesn't do that yet. Sorry about that. And if you ever want to remove an attraction, open edit mode and place this barrier onto the ground, and it will delete the attraction from the configuration and reload everything. That's something worth noticing, and I'm just gonna add here some barriers so that nobody can walk over it like this. And I want this to work to simply place a lapis block here, and as you can see here, it's directly active. Without, it doesn't. It's not active without, so something worth noticing. And what I also recommend is don't forget to place a minecart here and add it as train. Also, instructions for that is in the older videos that you note is it. So let me turn to day again and let me go out of game mode so the bar will lower up again. So the next thing I want you to know is that I made a lot of overhaul to the DynMap API. First off, it didn't load when the server started up. It's fixed now and it also announces when it's going live. So as soon as you start the server, it broadcasts the first message saying that it's gonna start loading the dim map. Then it gets the second message that says automatically that the dim map is going to load in 1 minute, then in 30 seconds, and after that it will send out the link to the player with the dim map API link so they can watch the dim map live. I will show you the dim map in the browser in a few moments. But before I leave this park, I want to show you the thirst bar, as you can see on the bottom. It's currently full green, but as soon as I lose thirst, you can see that. Oops, I hate those action bar messages. Still need to fix that one with that plugin. Anyways, as you might notice, that I'm running around and I do not lose more thirst than normally. I've changed that. First, once that if you run, there was a chance that it goes faster. I have no idea why, but it did in some servers. Well, I fixed that one. I now check whether somebody's running or not. If you take a look at the bar now, you can see that it's green and then the last one is gray. The bar default color without any first in it will be gray, and it's currently green, and it will change color depending on the status. As you can see here, the second one is off. Um, and if it starts lowering, it starts changing colors. So it's dark green, then starts to green, yellow, orange or gold, whatever you want to call it, red, and then dark red. And when it ends to dark red, it goes to black. And if it's black, you are fainted. You do not have any more drinks, or better saying, any more thirst or water in your body, and you are blind and cannot move. You can only crawl, but that's a lot of trouble to get that working right. Let me think. What I did change more is that I made some changes to the API. The developer API is now built in. I will post more information on the wiki soon on how to use the developer API. There are some basic events you can listen to, like the ticket machines. You can listen up to a ticket event when somebody triggers a ticket machine from an attraction. It will call that event together with the information. Also, when a status changes for a show or a attraction or something, it will also do that event. There's also that event available currently, and I'm starting to build in more events for developers to build their add-ons on, as well as that I'm working on implementing more functions so you can call attraction adding, removing, phone information and such through the same developer API for those who want to make add-ons for this plugin. So I think that we are going to switch up to the browser and take a look at the dim map, how it's currently looking. Be right back. Well, here we are in the browser. As you can see here, this is my dim map. And if you might notice, there are also flags and tags on the dim map page. This is my park, and here is what I was standing when I was recording. And as you can see here, there is an attraction nearby. There are different statuses, so I'm going to show you them all. For the fix update, it will be live. So there was a bug where also, if you got it working, the dim map, then when you change the status of an attraction, it will be one step behind. So if I change the next attraction's their status, then the first attraction get the correct status, and the next one is behind. So it moves the problem forward. Anyways, here we have the green flag, which means that it's open and active. And when you click on the flag, you can see the status is open. The waiting time is currently null, but it will get changed soon because I think the next update will include waiting lines. And the last updated is the date and the time that this icon is updated inside this thing. This one is red, which means it's closed. And as you can see, also an update timer is there too. And if I'm correct, yeah, here it is. There's a small, let's call it fence thingy thing, and it says maintenance. This means that it's under construction or it's being made or something like that. So and also waiting time and such will stay there. And you have also these. These are pointers where a show is located. As well as that they will change to a blue flag when they are active. So if I click on this, you can see that's inactive. The time until next show will change if you set a countdown for a show. For example, over 10 minutes, it will update the status live. So you can see live how long it takes until the until the thingy thing. What did I just do? Thank you. Anyways, you can see here it's inactive and inactive, but all these will be names like the name you give it. So if you can take a look at this one, this is a Station Aqua Square, and it will show the lowercase here, but I might change that it will change to a space automatically. But that's something worth noticing in future updates. Anyways, I think that's everything that I need to show you here. I want to thank you all for watching. And I will see you all next time. Good luck!